咦，咁今日你就帶咗我嚟呢一間學校，佛山嘅呢一間霍利斯外籍人員子女學校嗰度，好難得，仲可以邀請到校長接受訪問添。
我真係想問下，如果咁咧喺 China 嘅生活咧，習唔習慣啊？覺得即係同喺英國有咩分別咧
？The best thing for us as a family is that China is such a safe country to bring your children up. They've been, when they came, they were very young, and they've made friends from so many different countries, so they've had a really international experience, which is what we wanted for them. So we have our sister school in LEH, London, and that is a real collaboration. It's not just a namesake. So a lot of them have master's degrees or PhDs, so the quality of the teaching is excellent.
喂，博士啊，原來咧我哋本身微信嗰個大灣區家長教育群係好多家長都唔知啊！我早幾日咧掉咗嗰個QR code 出嚟咧，好多家長即刻爭住要入群啊！
爆晒啦人數，嗱唔緊要，而家邀請都可以入到去嘅。嗱，大家只要掃下邊嗰個二維碼或者下邊個聯絡咧，大家仲想入群咧，而家都仲有位嘅。喂，好爆喎！同埋裏邊咧好多家長都想我哋揀一啲好嘅學校咧，拍攝俾大家睇下喎。
係啊！咦，咁今日你就帶咗我嚟呢一間學校，佛山嘅呢一間霍利斯外籍人員子女學校嗰度，好難得，仲可以邀請到校長接受訪問添。
你又收到風啊！呢間好嘢啦！之前咧租地嚟拍攝過啦，出咗街之後咧，我哋仲有幾位觀眾咧已經入咗學添啊！係啊，係啊，咁咧裏邊好有規模。我上次咧，因為我都成日喺香港啊，我睇哇咩呢學校嚟咩咁誇張嘅，又有草地球場，又有室內呢個游泳池。係啊，所以咧嗱，大家香港人。呢幾集咧好好睇啊！大家睇下而家內地大灣區佛山嗰啲學校咧發展到咩地步？我帶大家入去開眼界好冇？好入去。嗱，今日好開心啊！哇，咁啊能夠約到校長嚟到呢度嚇，咁啊校長嚟自英國㗎，OK，英國人校長，咁啊真係好難得嘅機會啦嚇！一個英國人落到呢邊做校長，係嚟到去國內嘅，大家又好想知道校長點解會過嚟㗎啦，係咪嚇？嗱咁啊，你知啦，我英文啊麻麻啫嚇，咁所以我哋都係有翻譯一齊翻譯咧，我哋整個嘅呢個嘅採訪嘅過程嘅，好嘛？咁好啦，我想問校長咧，就係話點解會喺英國過到嚟呢邊做校長咧？幾時開始咧？
So I taught in Cambridge for many years, 7 years in fact.
7 years before?
7 years in Cambridge, which was a very great place for me to work. It was very academic. We have a lot of Asian students in Cambridge, so I was used to working with Asian students. So China was a booming educational market, and as a deputy head I was looking for the next step in my career. So China became an obvious choice for my career, but also my children were looking to be fluent in a second language. I have one child in particular who's a real linguist, and as we know, if you want to learn a language, you need to be in full immersion. So we decided to come to China. And now my children have been educated here. We've been here for 6 years.
Is it at that time is the first time you come to China?
Yes.
哇，校長真係來頭唔少啊，劍橋嘅喎嚇。咁咧就我想問校長咧，如果咁樣咧，你其實嚟到第一次嚟中國啦，咁第一次嚟中國其實係由邊個城市開始咧？同埋你係咪成家人過嚟啊？
So I arrived in Tianjin, just
Tianjin.
Yes, just 30 minutes away from Beijing. I came with my husband and my 2 daughters, who were 10 and 12 when we arrived. So they have grown up in China. So they've been educated in the north, and they're now here in the south, finishing off their education before they go to university.
我真係想問下，如果咁咧喺 China 嘅生活咧？ 習唔習慣啊？覺得即係同喺英國有咩分別咧
？So yes, we love life in China. The the best thing for us as a family is that China's such a safe country to bring your children up. When they came, they were very young, and they've made friends from so many different countries, so they've had a really international experience, which is what we wanted for them. They've been able to travel, we've been able to travel, they've learned, they now speak 3 languages, which means that going forward they'll go out into the world and be able to go anywhere.
Very good.
So as a family that was a real bonus for us coming to China. But we love China. My children love the instant shopping. And the fact that everything is so accessible.
How about the food?
And the food, yes. My children don't eat Western food anymore.
Good.
咁我想問下校長可唔可以同我哋講下學校嘅背景咧？
So the school, we have a sister school in London called Lady Eleanor Hollis. The school is actually 300 years old.
300年歷史。
Yes. So it has a very long history, and it's the top independent girls' school in England. So it's a very academic school, but it's also a very special school because it just doesn't focus on academia. It focuses on the arts and on sport. So all of the girls that leave LEH in London have a rounded education, and that's what we've brought to Foshan, is the idea that we're educating the whole child, and the arts are on a parity with the academic subjects such as English and maths.
Yes. 咁呢個學校都即係喺英國咧有300年歷史啊，其實都好悠久啊，係啊，而且佢喺英國係非常之出名嘅一間學校嚟㗎。
嗱，咁我想問校長啦，咁厲害嘅學校背景啦，校長又咁有呢個專業啦，點解去揀佛山咧？點解佛山？嗱，我即係啱啱入到嚟咧，我未參觀晒。好大規模喎，個規模好大，咁都幾窒驚我都咁揀咗佛山嚟辦校，點解咧？點樣合作方式我都想知道下。
The Greater Bay Area is a very special area because it's an expanding area for many things, and just like LEH, we have the idea that we want to be forerunners in education. So we want to be forerunners in the Greater Bay Area of an education that is very special. So that's why we chose. Also, the idea that the government are very much behind having an international school because it wants to attract international economies and businesses, and so to have an international school ready for those businesses was also part of the thinking behind allowing the school to be built. One of the things that we talk about at LEH is giving the students the time and space to grow. So we have this beautiful campus because not only does our education give them this space to explore and to grow in their education, but also physically we want them to be able to have that space. So we encourage sports and time outside. We are a green campus, so there is lots of greenery around the children, which reminds them of their need to look after their environment going forward. So we are very privileged to have this space.
哇 ，Louis 好多都唔知你管家王咁巴閉喎，惠州聽講你租樓租到爆喎。
冇錯，我哋共享兩區非常之受歡迎啊。
係咯，咁咧嗱，其實咧大家見到咧，而家我哋好多買咗樓之後都交俾我哋管家王咧，就同佢呢個收樓驗樓啦，同埋最重要咧就係我哋入好多啲我哋家私咧，跟住我哋幫佢租出去，長租短租都租得好好喎。冇錯，我哋而家需要大量嘅單位添啊。OK 咁不如咁樣啦，嗱 Acon 我哋就介紹咗好多惠州好正嘅樓盤啦，有好幾個盤都賣得好好啊。不如咁啊，嗱，因為我知啦，好多客咧你買完之後你咪成日 call 我嘅，喂。個業主買完樓之後就想攞翻出嚟咧，就俾即係我租，其實想收租嘅，投資收租嘅。咁咧，不如你哋兩個做一次直播，管家王加我哋 V 加筍盤王，咁咧就揾個筍盤出嚟。有咩筍盤啊？最近係賣得最好啊？
講起投資出租就梗係雙月灣翠嶼山海啦。
哇！又有大單位，複式又有，平層又有嘛。好，咁樣話，咁咧就你哋兩個做一個直播。咁啦，阿 Louis 咧，你就咧，如果我哋啲 V 加業主買咗樓之後，點樣可以盡快租出去，租到個好嘅租金俾到啲着數俾大家，到時準備好啲資料俾大家。直播記得睇，有晒資料俾大家。好，幾時啊？
今個月10月22號禮拜六2點半
係啦，嗱，記住睇下，嗱，同埋咧仲有，我知道咧好多嘅觀眾咧都想問清楚啲管家王咧做共享旅居，即係啲樓交俾你，究竟點樣出租？出租嘅情況點樣？大家到時直播，哇，由頭到尾問得清清楚楚。冇錯。OK 啊，咁同埋咧，對於我哋呢個 top sale 嘅盤咧，如果大家仲想知多啲，同埋喂揾發展商攞多啲筍價特價，一定到時介紹俾大家，好嘛？直播見，
密切留意啦，拜拜。
咁我想知道喺呢方面咧，唔知政府方面有啲乜嘢嘅支持咧，即係佢哋嚟辦學啦。咁同埋我聽講好似都有香港方面嘅合作嘅機構嘅，係嘛？我想知道下係點嘅情況。
So our investors are Hong Kong based. They're Trump Tech. So they are an education company.
Yes.
So they're really secure in the fact that they want to support the growing education of the school, and they got the support of the local government, who too want to make sure that the schools in the area are ready for the 21st century. So they wanted to create a school that is future-proof. So working together, the collaboration between the two is how we created Leh Forsan。
嗱，咁又有政府嘅支持啦，又有我哋港商嘅支持啦。想問下校長啊，咁你希望嚟緊嗰個教育嘅目標可以係點樣嘅咧？
So we have our sister school in LEH London, and that is a real collaboration. It's not just a namesake. So I talk with the head teacher every week. We meet and discuss. We have great plans after COVID that our children will go to London, and they'll have time in London and LEH London will come to us. So we will collaborate academically to bring the best of East and West together. So we teach a British curriculum, but that curriculum takes the best of Eastern culture and combines it with Western education, so that our children are ready to go to any university in England or America, Europe, Hong Kong. So our education means that our children are free to choose where they want to go to next.
Yes, very.
好啦，咁啊，阻校長好多時間，我最後問個最重要嘅問題啦，就係我想知道咧，因為咧就譬如國際學校咧喺大灣區咧，因為我嘅頻道咧就係嚟自我哋都係好大部分都係我哋係一啲香港嘅觀眾，咁我都好多香港嘅家長都想佢嘅子女都會選擇咧入嚟大灣區啦，可能去讀書啦，咁我就好想知道咧，如果香港嘅子女如果入嚟呢度讀書，其實喺大灣區都有其他嘅國際學校嘅，咁究竟如果揀呢個國際學校咧，其實有咩優勢咧？如果對我哋香港人嘅子女
The advantage of Leh Forsan is our curriculum is the gold standard of education. Many other countries mimic what the British curriculum does. We don't have to mimic anything. We are the gold standard. So our teachers, all of our teachers are British trained. So it's full immersion. So every lesson is spoken in English. All of our lessons, all of our books are English. So for the students, they get that full immersion experience. Our teachers are really experienced educators. So a lot of them have master's degrees or PhDs. So the quality of the teaching is excellent, in line with the education provided through the curriculum. So when they choose this school, they know that they're going to get a really good academic experience, but also the holistic education that the children get here. So education is more than just learning. It's about creating a child who is going to grow into a really well-rounded adult. So we have what we call our 8 C's, and they are our values. So we teach and we allow all of our children to grow in confidence, in collaboration, to be creative. So they know that they are going to leave this school with a really well-rounded personality, and that's really important for university life and for life beyond university. So we're not just thinking about grades, because all of our children will do well academically. It's about what kind of person you want your child to be. That's really important to us, and that's where we give time and energy to make sure that the children are really well looked after. We have an ECA program at the end of each day, so they have the opportunities to experience a range of activities beyond the curriculum. Again, that's really important that they are allowed to experience things that aren't just about getting a grade. It's about experience things that will create activities in their lifetime that may well last a lifetime. So we come together in terms of teaching them about the local culture, about sports, about creative activities that they might not have time to experience during lesson time. And that's the beauty of what we offer here.
真係非常好。咁啊，好多謝校長咧，能夠有一間咁好嘅學校咧，能夠俾我香港家長子女有一個好好嘅選擇咯。嗱，我又繼續咧，仲會去拍攝下呢間學校嘅整體嘅規模啊，其他啲嘅功能嘅。好多謝校長。
多謝校長。
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal.
咁冇走啦，嗱，跟住我就會去採訪一間學校嘅。OK。陣間見，
拜拜，
拜拜，
拜拜。
你下水咯，你話做完 O 唔 OK 啊？聖子道，係咪以為我帶大家去咗韓國咧？其實呢度係咧《抹不黑的中國》裏邊其中一個城市嚟㗎，呢度叫做延吉。